to ETS. I'm Donna Lopez, and this is your channel message for March 3rd through to the 9th. My calendar's on this side. So welcome to my channel. I am a channel, so I open up and I get the information as I look for it here in the video. All right, so let's take a look at the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, some of you getting a new car. I see some of you also are driving the bus so in other words, too, for some of you who may have been thinking of creating a business where you would drive a van or a bus, I see that, that picking up speed and doing really well. And I also hear something about being informed. So there's some new information you're going to receive about doing when you have passengers in your car like that and the way you need to run your business. Oh, very interesting. All right. But for others of you, it's just a new car. Perhaps for some of you, it might be to do Uber or something else like that. All right. I'm hearing, excuse me, I'm hearing a lot of things rolled into one. So there's going to be a lot of things that are going to just be rolled into one. So maybe you were doing one thing and then all of a sudden, and you do something else, and all of a sudden they're all going to be rolled into one. And it's like one big package all of a sudden. So more cohesive is what I'm hearing. So rather than things being broken down, well, first I have to do this with that person, then I go over here and do that, and then I do this, and now everything's coming together as one. So I feel good about it though too, because it's a blending. It's a blending of a lot of skill sets, and that feels good. All right, let's look at the 6th and the 7th, which is Saturday, Sunday. For some of you, I see you trying to manifest something, and I see you really, like trying to make it happen, like it's something wrong with me that it's not happening, or, if I just see it different. And they're saying, no, they said that some other things are being put in place to help what it is you want to manifest come through. All right. So they're saying, it's also too, they're saying there's something to do with like a paper trail. Like I want to make sure that this form is in place and that form is in place, or that the paperwork is correct first. So any slowdown or any place where it's not happening because there's other things that need to balance out here first. For others of you too, I see you getting much more in tune with your own path. Your own understanding, like done listening to other people and how things should be done, and what's the right way, and doing more of what you know is the right way for you, and being more authentic and more clear with the way you like to work and the way you like to get things accomplished. I'm hearing that word informed again too. So perhaps there's an idea that you have of something you want to do, but being more informed on the right ways to get it done that information is going to be coming to you. It's not like you have to go out, it's going to come right to you. All right, let's look at the 8th and the 9th, which is Monday, Tuesday. I see you sharing something, a blessing. Somebody's given you something beautiful, and I see you sharing it. Like, here, would you like to try it? And I see you sharing your gifts, sharing your talents with somebody. I got a big click in my room on that one too. So I see you sharing your gifts and your talents with someone else. I also, they said too that you're sharing something, you've been gifted something beautiful. And so while you're sharing without any regard of there being anything left for you. But they said that the vibrations that you build up through that sharing freely and trusting the universe is going to make it so that it's like Jesus feeding the fish to the masses. The fish just kept coming and coming and coming. They started out with I think it was 3, and they fed the masses with those 3. They just went on and on and on. So this sharing and this giving is going to just kind of regenerate itself. Okay, regenerate your supply. Not that there's any thought about it, because I feel like whoever's doing this sharing, that they are not even thinking, they feel blessed. They want to share their blessings with someone else. Feels really good. Yeah, that feels real nice. All right, let's look at the 3rd through to the 9th and see what we have for that whole week. Okay, I see laying the groundwork. I see it's like railroad tracks being put down, but there's just one track and then another, then another. It's like as you move forward, you won't see the whole path, but you'll lay one track, then you'll lay another, and then another. It's like as you move along and you build the energy, because that's how it works. When you build the energy, then the extra steps come in when you need them. In other words, we don't need to know all of the steps at once. So I see you building and being on the right track and building. So as you start doing, you start receiving. I also hear something about storehouse, almost like a storehouse of knowledge. I also hear the word install. Um, so that there has to do something with physically installing something, whether it's an air conditioner, heater, solar panels, installation. So there's something to do with that, but I feel okay with it. So those of you that are wanting to get something taken care of or some work done, I feel like it's going to be done pretty easily. They're saying too, for some of you, when I get to Saturday or so, as I'm moving through that whole week, once again, they stop me on the 6th, and they're saying that don't get frozen in time. Don't stop yourself and go, oh my God, I had this experience before and it was like this and blah, blah, blah. Or, I was in a relationship and it happened like this and blah, blah, blah. They say you're going to like ice yourself out of having a good experience because you're going to be frozen with the being stuck in the past, something that you haven't healed through. So thaw it out, work on it, recognize what you needed to learn from that, and just wake yourself out of the state of like, hey, this is a different relationship. I'm a different person. I will be wiser. I will see better. I will choose better. That's then, that's not now. And that's somebody else. That's not this person. So get yourself out of that kind of loop of consciousness. All right. I also too, they're saying for a lot of you, please give yourself more credit for what it is that you know. They say you are very intelligent, but a lot of you don't feel as though you're very wise. So you don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself to make the steps. You don't trust yourself to do the work. You don't trust yourself to be the leader. You don't trust yourself to be in charge. And they're saying that you're really shaming and blaming yourself for a lot of things. They said nobody knows everything. Everybody has started out and has failed at some point or another, but it wasn't a failure because they learned what not to do. So they're wanting you to give yourself, start moving forward on what it is you want to do and be prepared to make mistakes. Okay? Mistakes are not the end. It's the beginning of doing things differently, and you don't know until you begin. So, yeah, a lot of this has to do with mental thought patterns and being in loops of consciousness around limitation and fear. And I mean, I'll tell you, years ago when I was a kid, I had a hair salon, and I did someone's hair who was a very powerful person in our community. And I live in San Diego, so this was a very powerful person. And he was much older, and he told me about his first job on his own, doing siding on a home. And he said he was so proud. He did the whole house. Everything looked so good. And the boss came in and he said, you did all the paneling upside down, all the siding. Okay, now think about that. A whole house, and you've done all the siding upside down. And here this man was, in that moment, sharing with me, who was just starting out owning my own business, what was a failure, and here he was just very successful, millionaire, okay, up there, way up there. The family still has evolved into being very wealthy as a result of his humble beginnings. All right. So lean into that story if you need it. Yeah. All right. Let me see if there's anything. I think that's it. I'm going to pull a card here and see what we get. Source of joy. I once more find the joy of living like a child. Now, there you go. Okay. Children just run out. They may fall down and hurt their knee, but they don't wake up the next day going, oh, I hope I don't fall down again. They just run out and may fall down and do that same thing all over again. They're resilient. I once more find the joy of living like a child. Events will not plunge me back into sadness and despair. I let go of the negative. I hang on to life's beauty and to everything positive around me. I re-enter my heart and I find joy and serenity once more. There you go. All right. Namaste. Thank you all so very much.